later also.
Next day.
This is located in the downtown area, in Amman area, the city.
Get where I was yesterday, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
And how old is this Roman Petra?
This is goes to about 600, 700 AD.
Ah.
Yeah. This is the downtown area. When did you arrive to Jordan?
Sorry?
When did you arrive to Jordan?
Before yesterday.
For yesterday.
Before yesterday. Yesterday I was already...
And yesterday you went down to Ditsi area.
No, yesterday we actually went to see this mosaic in the church.
Oh, Madaba.
Yeah, Madhava, yeah.
Madhava,
Then
Mount
we went to the mountain, this where the Moses.
Mount Nebo.
Yeah. Then Baptist church,
Yeah.
then horrible place in the Dead Sea, absolutely awful.
Yeah.
Well, he actually driver warned me, he said he wouldn't like it. I said to you, well, at
Yeah.
least I don't have to pay anything. This was so awful. He said me it is dirty, but I didn't expect it to be so dirty, you know.
Yeah.
The water was salty, but then again, I expected to be salty because I know it's like similar lakes.
Yeah.
But that was very, very extremely salty. I just have my eyes get bad. And there was few guys there. He said, "Do you need shower?" I said, "Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
it would
you
be
need
nice."
to wash your eyes.
Yeah, he said me one dinner. I said, "I have money in the car." I did leave money in the car because he said to me, "This not very safe to take it with you." I
Yeah.
said, "It's okay. My money in the car."
Yeah.
He said, no, we will not give you a shower till you actually give us money. I said, you must be joking. I said, I can't even look. I said, I did need shower urgently.
Yeah.
Well, no, eventually he did. I didn't like it because these people here try to hook you for the money.
Yeah.
And I really don't like it, especially, I'm not rich person.
Some people, they try to get advantage of people.
Yes, and he was saying when I went to this lake, he said, "Oh, can I put a mud on you?" I said, "No, thank you, I'm fine." So I reject everything, and then he's offering me actually shower when I need it.
Yeah.
And he was quite nasty, I would say.
This was where in Ditsi?
I don't know. It
Amman
was
Beach?
no, it wasn't a proper beach. It was, I don't know. It probably was very beginning of. I can't explain where it is. I don't know this place. Also, I know it was a little bit go down to the sea.
Yeah.
Car parked on the top. There was a boy in the camel. Always tried to me go on his camel. I'm scared of camels. There will be any camel or something in Petra?
Yeah. Petra, they have camels, they have horses, donkeys. If you want to go to the monastery, this is very high area. You have to go up, about 1,000 steps.
You can take donkey, yeah?
Yeah, many people, they take donkey up. But, down it's easy. But, up it's very hard. So people, they rent donkeys.
Yeah. It cost extra go to monastery?
Yeah.
How much extra?
I have no idea. Because, today at the tour you have, one guide. I will get you one guide. He will show you all the main highlights inside. This is, we call the day tour. Okay, and this takes with the guide about 2 hours. Okay, and from there he leave you. After 2 hours he leave you, and you will visit and go around inside by yourself.
And how many hours I'll stay in Petra altogether?
It depends on you. If you want to go to the monastery this way up, this takes about 2.5 hours. Yeah, to go and visit and see the view,
I would
and
like
come
to.
down and back. It takes about 2.5 hours.
What you will do in all this time? Wait for me there?
I wait, if I see some friends, I will spend some time.
I definitely would like to go to monastery. That's why maybe I should go to the bank. Yeah, please.
Yeah, but if you want to have the same guide with you, he will ask for extra.
Yeah, but for how much you will ask?
I have no idea, lady. I don't know, 20, 25.
Yeah, but yes, please. In this case, can I stop in the bank?
At least you can discuss this with the guide. If directly takes you to the monastery and you check, how much you want for this. You can discuss it with them.
The same guy, yeah?
The same guide. If you want to visit on your own and save money, you can do it also, because many tourists, they do it.
If I go with
Alone.
guide, he still give me this donkey? We can arrange a donkey?
No, it's donkey is something else. This extra is, for the guide. For him.
Now probably
But
will be
if you
better.
want to rent a donkey, this is something different.
In this case, please stop near the bank, yeah? Near machine. Very, very little, maybe, 5, 10 maximum change.
If you want now, there is, if you want for sure, now I think they are open. If you want, we can pass by Abdul, by one bank there, and we can
Yes, please.
get money and this.
Yeah, we can see this near
This saves us time, because the time, noon time, we will be in the city, in Petra, and maybe
we have no
it's a
time,
small
but
town, and it's very busy, not like Amman, very big. So if you want, we pass now,
Yes,
see,
please.
what you need, and we continue. Okay.
Lovely.
Okay?
So what time we approximately come back to Amman? So this is...
This depends on, what time you leave Petra.
Right, yeah, I definitely will go to monastery.
Yeah.
So it will be around Petra with guide, 2 hours. Then another 2.5 hours, so it will be 4.5 hours altogether, yeah?
No, back it's about 3 hours.
When we're going back, when we drive back, yeah?
Yeah.
No, I mean about 4.5 hours, shall we say 5 hours in Petra, yeah?
Yeah.
So we arrived there, now it's nearly 9 o'clock, yeah?
Yeah.
I believe we arrive about 12, yeah?
And if you are not tired and you have some energy, okay, you can do it faster. This will be shorter in time also. You can do it in less time. If you do the visit quick,
I see. No, I don't bother what time to come. Just you probably have some time.
Well, we have, we have to be back, daytime, We have to be daytime because, desert highway, it's not lightened, no lights. Only just in small towns we pass.
So we should be back something about 8 o'clock then, yeah? When it's getting darker.
Yeah, it's around 8, it's dark.
We start later today, yeah? We're supposed to start 7:30, yeah? But a lady said to me that 8:30 is fine.
Which lady?
On the phone yesterday. I don't know.
Madam Mona,
I have no idea. I don't know if my receptionist actually called there.
The one you make your reservation with?
I don't know. Again, I did reservations through Expedia. I did speak.
And she talked to you, the lady?
Yeah, she just talked to me. She said we normally start at 7:30. I said, well, I will have time to have breakfast because breakfast only starts at 8 o'clock. She said, in this case, 8:30 will do.
Oh, no, I see. Well, this is the problem with breakfast at hotel. Late breakfast.
Yeah, this only starts at 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Because, most hotels, they start 6:30, 7 o'clock.
But I think it doesn't make any difference for you. Just 1 hour later, right?
No, it doesn't do much, 1 hour.
Later, I still would like to take all program to Petra. I would like to go to monastery, I would like to take donkey, I would like to see all Petra. It's actually my main reason to go to Jordon.
Yeah. Where are you from, Olivia? Where are you from?
I live in England.
You live in England?
Yeah. Originally, have a guess.
Yeah, so...
Do you say?
Russian, Ukrainian?
Russia, yeah.
Russia? I can tell, from your slang. From your slang, speaking in English, yeah.
been in England nearly 18 years now.
Yeah. So I don't know, if we don't have Russian guide in Petra, English speaking guide would be okay
Yeah, okay.
for you?
Yeah. For 18 years in England, sure, I must understand English. Yeah.
For brochures, we have, in Russian.
No, if you have Russian, good. If you don't,
We have Russian,
English
but
is
I'm
fine.
talking about the guide.
Yeah, I know. It really doesn't make any difference to me.
Yeah.
I would prefer Russian, of course, but
Yeah,
it's
of
not
course.
essential.
This is your mother language, yeah. I will ask for Russian local guide. If they have,
If they have, yeah. If there's any hassle.
I will get you the Russian. If not, we have no choice,
Yeah, it's okay, yeah.
I will get the...
I'm very flexible. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Are you local? You from Jordan?
Yeah. I'm from Amman. I am 7 kilos from your hotel to the east. I live in the old city also. Yeah.
What is your name?
Hussam.
Hussam?
Yeah. Hussam. Yeah. You got it? Good. Quick one.
Because of that. The last things like baptisms, I actually been. Maybe on another side, but... Yes, I also want to see this church mosaic. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, this is very interesting. This is one of the products we have, genuine Jordanian products. Mosaics art,
I was surprised how old this mosaic is. I thought it was 500 years old. No, it's 1,500 years old.
Yeah, and more even. When they discovered the church, all the area down below the ground, below the church, was full with mosaic.
I see. Is a bank here somewhere?
Yeah, it's in the back, this road in the back. We make a turn around.
Western Union.
This is one bank, and this is the best bank.
Russian churches.
See, there's a minaret also, the green one. This is a mosque also. But this is the back of the building. Yes. This is our king, huh?
Who is this?
Our king.
This is our king.
Yeah, this is our king Abdullah. Because people here from Bedouin families, we wear, there's another photo for him in the military. Because he's a military man. So, because of this area, many Bedouins here, we wear the Bedouin...
Is that old one?
No, it's new.
Quite new.
But, they have 2 minarets. Not one only. As we go by some small towns.
So the people normally live only in the towns, yeah? This is so much place wasted. Why don't they build houses here?
No services here, People, they like to stay there where there are services. They like to live, around. Electricity, water. This is most important thing,
Yeah, of course.
half the population of Jordan. Between 2.5, 3 million.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. And now we have, Syrians. Before we have the Iraqis also coming living.
Refugees, you mean?
Some refugees. But the people living in the city, they are not refugees, they are businessmen now.
Ah.
Yeah. They have own businesses,
How does the situation in Syria affect you?
Very bad.
Very bad? Is
Very-
anything happening here?
Huh?
Anything happening here? In Jordan?
No problems happening in Jordan, but our tourism, we depend on tourism,
Yeah.
in first place, like Egypt.
Yeah.
Not many people, they come after
Because they're not, they cancel all
Problem.
cruises, they cancel everything.
lots of cancels. We had lots of cancellations.
As my husband said to me, he said, you must be crazy going there.
See?
I said, no, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Because I made some research.
Yeah.
Unless I go to Syrian border, I may be in trouble.
This is the problem, yeah. If there's a problem, yeah, this is the problem, yeah. But nobody knows, people living in Europe and in States, not many people, they know Jordan as safe country.
Yeah.
They feel, there is problems also in Jordan. This is the thing, this affect, Jordan because of the crisis of the countries around,
It's not like situation similar in Russia and Ukraine. As well, we haven't got any tourists in Russia because of the situation in
Yeah.
Ukraine.
See,
So it's never fight here, never shooting here.
no. Always, most of our protests, it's all peaceful one.
So what they demanding, what they want?
For better life, better situation. You say, you can tell, Jordan is very expensive country. And, people here, because of low salaries, they have very bad life situation,
Really?
So they protest, for better life for government to offer, So all our, protests, that's why it's called peaceful.
Taking part in protests as well?
Yeah, some women, they share. But the high percent is men. Yeah, but there are always, some women joining also protests. This is another mosque, minaret. This is different type, -1 degree, not big, not very hot.
Yes, that is delicious. It's a hot spring somewhere,
Oh,
and also Dead Sea.
Hot springs. This is very close to mosaics.
Huh?
This is very close, this hot spring, very close to the mosaic city, to Madaba.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. But I already been there.
In the same area, So how long you stay in Jordan?
I live in Saturday.
Thursday?
Saturday.
Saturday? Oh. So you came 2 days.
Is this another church? No, I suppose it's church.
No church here on the road, no. Only in the cities, This is water tank for this plants,
You haven't got many water reservoirs.
Not many.
Where you get the water from? From springs?
Yeah, we have in the south part. Many springs. This is one stop here. This people there, inside items and products. It's very expensive, Prices are high. The one we stop at, they have nice prices. Comparing, to other ones.
Yeah, I would like to find something. Which one's the way back now? What to pay?
I think that's an idea. Because, the products down in Petra, this is a city, It's a tourist city. So, they always have high prices. Always, whenever you go any tourist places, they have different, from other places.
I see.
Prices are different. And besides, the products, quality and brands, it's not that genuine and good quality. Things actually, I get to see
Where are they taking her?
some place, This is a lady cow,
Here I can see.
That's another mosque, yeah. That's only 1 minute. just inches, you know.
Zero. You get zero temperature here.
Sometimes, you know, we have very, very cold weather, you know, it drop to -2, -3 only, you know. Not more than this.
That really surprised me.
Yeah.
In England, snow is very, very rare.
Yeah. You know, here it's about inches, you know. Snow, yeah.
So if I would come here, shall we say in January, there would be cold here?
Yeah. January.
And temperature in the water in the Dead Sea is cold as well?
No, Dead Sea is warm.
Always warm.
Yeah, always warm because you know it's a very, very low area. So it's you know the weather is very low in you know in Dead Sea area. You know it's always you know temperature in Amman and in Dead Sea it's always in Dead Sea always about 10, 12 degree more. So, you know, if Amman has 10 degree, you know, Dead Sea will be about 20 degree, 22. More extra, you know. It's very nice place we go to Dead Sea, you know, in winter time.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, we go away from Amman cold to warm place, you know. But, you know, winter time, no, it's cold. People really like to go to Dead Sea area. Not cold.
I was worried that when I came here it will be too hot.
Too hot, comes too hot. Maybe end of 30, you know, 38, 39 in Amman area. But you know, Dead Sea is very cold.
But Dead Sea.
Dead Sea sometimes cold to 50.
Ooh.
Very, very cold Dead Sea. I don't like to go to Dead Sea. Water factory. You know Nestle? You know this Gadir?
Yeah, mineral water, yeah.
This Gadir?
Yeah?
This is the factory of this company here.
Ah, right. And
Gadir.
which one is this?
This is Gadir.
Gadir.
Gadir. You know, inside they have underground water. Inside.
Spring? Come on.
Spring waters, yeah. You see, this is Gadir, yeah? Same company. This is Jordanian water factory.
What about water from the tap? Can you drink it? Is this drinkable?
Some people they drink it, yeah. Because you know, water from the tap, it's all made under process. You know, they are treated. The water. But you know, some people they don't like to drink it for one reason, the tanks that collect the water needs, every year to be cleaned up from inside. So if it's not cleaned from inside, this is not very good for the health. If they are clean, you can drink very easy.
So this is water in the tap. Where it is coming from? From the same reserve from here?
Yeah, from spring waters.
So it is
From spring waters, and some we have in the north, they collect, rainwater.
Rainwater.
Yeah.
You don't have much rain?
No, just in winter time. And some years we have good season of rain, some years no. Depends, on how cold the storms we have, in winter time. If we have many cold storms.
Last town before the desert, yeah?
Yeah, last town on the desert.
So what is town called?
This is called Hosenia.
Hosenia?
Hosenia. It's in
Yeah.
Aqaba.
I don't know where was this happened, but it did happen. Some Russian lady, she been attacked by sharks.
In Aqaba?
I don't know where.
No,
but
not
in
in
Red
Aqaba.
Sea somewhere.
And let's see. Because Aqaba, it looks over the Gulf. There's part of the Red Sea. It's just a small Red Sea. So it's not a very big area. Their shark will be in the Red Sea, the big Red Sea.
Perhaps Hurghada. I think this lady was attacked. But she has day trip somewhere from Hurghada. I think.
What's this? Hurghada, what's that?
I think Hurghada is a place in Egypt called Hurghada.
This belongs to which country?
Egypt.
To Egypt.
That's why I think she was attacked.
Now you can see the signs. Say Petra with the arrow to the right. You can see the sign here. Petra. It says right. Aqaba Ma'an Strait.
I never understand your writing system. Your writing system, you have alphabet?
Yeah.
You have alphabet, yeah?
Yeah. Alpha, the words consist of alphabets. And our writing is, from right to left.
Yeah.
Not like, English. It's the opposite way. Arabic and Hebrew, they are the same, from right to left.
This is very strange. Your numbers, not the same numbers like that. It's a little bit different, yeah?
Yeah, different, yeah.
But
Just
numbers like that actually called Arabic. It really surprised me. Numbers like that, if you look in Wikipedia or anywhere, this
Yeah.
called Arabic numbers. This is not Arabic numbers.
No.
In Arabic you use different ones.
No, this is English.
Yeah, but they call it Arabic. Official name for this Arabic.
Who called this Arabic?
If you look Wikipedia, yeah,
Yeah?
numbers like that, yeah, which we use
Yeah.
in the West, called Arabic.
Only just one number we share with English, same thing. It's number one.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
11, 13. Number one is the same as Arabic or English.
Why are they calling this numbers Arabic then? If they're not Arabic.
No, this is English word.
Not English. They're using them everywhere. In Russia, in America, everywhere. They're not just English.
Yeah.
But if you look Wikipedia, Wikipedia on internet, you look what is Arabic numbers. Arabic numbers, they will show you that. Roman numbers, it's, like that. Like it's ancient Rome. This always surprised me. In an Arabic country, you don't use them.
Yeah.
But they call Arabic. Why they call Arabic?
I don't know. We don't usually call it Arabic.
So don't call English. That's what's.
No, English. We call English this.
How cold is the desert?
Now,
How cold is desert? Sahara? It's not Sahara desert?
no, no, no.
How it's cold?
Just regular desert. You know, we call it South Desert here.
How you call it?
South Desert.
South.
You know, we have two deserts. See this area, more green. You know, when you get closer to city, you see more green. There's some big ones there. They have vineyards, sheep, goats, and here come
Camel, yeah.
You see the camel? Many people here in the south, they own, you know, many camels. Iraqi gypsies, from the north part, from Kurdistan. This is our royal family up. You can see. Come. Yeah.
There's some castle here. There's a residence.
No, this is the residence here.
Yeah. Resident of royal family.
Yeah. No, not royal family. Local people. This city is. This is the city before very cold. They get snow here very easy. They get before Amman. Yeah.
Good things I came here in summer.
Yeah. No, this time, of the year is very perfect for visiting, It's not cold, it's not warm, Or hot.
It is cold, not hot, you mean?
Not cold, yeah, not cold, not hot.
It's still hot, but maybe not
Yeah,
quite.
actually there is some nice breeze,
In July you can go crazy.
End of July starts to get lovely.
And all August, yeah?
Not all August, some days of August. But it's hot in August, it's very, very hot. See the landscape, it's all trees and green.
Very beautiful, yeah.
Yeah. On the way back, we will go back to the desert. Now, after 2 minutes, we would get to the downtown area of this city, Shoba. Very busy area, They have the city center and all services, some government offices, all inside supermarkets.
It's hard to imagine after all this.
Only they have one bank here. Yeah. Don't forget, because you will be late inside Petra. For your lunch, you already had good breakfast, okay?
I don't want to have lunch. I'll be alright.
You have good breakfast in hotel, right? In Amman?
Yeah.
Good. You have some small snacks?
No, I will be alright.
No, you will be okay for lunch?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Oh, good.
Help me to lose weight.
You will have lots of work inside, lady.
Yeah.
You will lose lots of energy, you know? Too much work, you know. Petra is
It's okay, so I put
one of
comfortable
the
shoes.
biggest areas, you know. Most of your tour, it's all on foot, yeah?
That's fine.
This is, you know, always, you know, when I have people, they come visit Petra, they come out very tired.
I probably will be tired.
Lots of work inside. Too much work. But you know, they come out happy, happy, smiling faces, you know, because they enjoy the tour, you know.
So again, how cool is this town?
Huh?
How cool is this town, you said?
Shobak.
Shobak?
Shobak. Yeah. Yeah, this is the city center of the area.
That's unusual. Do they have hot water here? Yeah?
You mean hot springs?
Yeah,
No.
well, in the houses, do they have water,
Yeah.
electric, everything?
Yeah.
Internet?
Yeah, they have all services. They have satellites everywhere, you know. You know, most of people, they have their hot water here, you know, by electric heaters. They can warm up hot water. They have electric, and some of them, they have solar panel heaters.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this is, you know, depend on the sun. They have small solar panels. They put on the roof, you know.
Yes, I know.
These tanks, you know, they heat up.
They're doing in UK like this now.
Yeah.
Start doing
They
it.
get use of the sun, you know. They can heat up their water. Now we get out of the city. But you know, we are still in the Shobak area, you know. This is all belonging to the same city. But this is the south suburbs of the city. People here living in this area, they depend on, you know, plantations. They like to plant and take to the markets. this is goats.
Goats.
All goats. The city of Petra.
Ready?
Yeah, there is some nice panoramic view
Mm-hmm.
at some point.
I would like to stop here.
Yeah, we will stop there because when you come out, the view will not very clear like now. So we will see part of the city, and you will see the mountains of Petra down
Very nice.
at the end of the city. Yeah, very nice. And I will show you the old village of the city.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Would you do a few pictures of me, please? Yes.
Yeah, sure. This old village nowadays, we have one big rich Jordanian investor. He take and he make it as a hotel. Yeah. It's some kind of investment.
I believe when I was looking for the tour, near Petra somewhere, and there was some very expensive hotel, which I couldn't afford. I believe it was here somewhere.
It's in the city.
The city itself,
In
yeah?
the city itself, yeah.
I thought the city,
Yeah.
I thought the city is just all Petra.
No. The city name is Wadi Musa. Wadi, it's a valley. And Musa is the name of Prophet Moses. So the name of the city is Valley of Moses.
See.
So Petra, it's part of the city.
Port.
Part.
Part of the city.
Part, yeah. It's at the end of the city, all the way in the valley. End of the city. And it's the historic site. Yeah, so it's part of the city, Petra, it's not the whole city.
I see.
People are living around the historic site. And when they discover, this historic site, go at the end of the city, in the valley. This is the location of Petra. Now you will see it, when we stop at the panoramic view.
This guide which I will have, it's just personal guide. It's only will be me there, or other people will join.
No, just you.
Just me.
Just you.
It's not very busy there.
Huh?
It's not very busy in Petra now. Or it's a lot of tourists.
No. Not like old times. Old times, high season, very busy.
What is the high season? What is the high season?
High season, it's in the springtime and it's in autumn. Springtime, you can say end of March, like up to, end of May.
See.
Yeah. Because, June, we consider it as, part of summer season. Autumn, we are back again for high season. It's end of September, all the way till some of the month of December. Yeah, before winter time, the cold weather in June and January and February.
So December is still warm?
December, we have some cool. Suburbs of the north part of Petra region. So now we are entering, Petra region, and we are out of Shobat city. All of this land belongs to the city of Wadi Musa, Valley of Moses.
Musa, this is Moses, you mean? Yeah?
Moses, yeah, Prophet Moses. The same prophet when you go to the Mosaic mountain, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the same prophet.
He's the prophet for Islam?
No. He's prophet for Jews.
Yeah. And for Christians?
For Christians, it's Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but we still recognize him like a prophet.
Yeah, because Jesus came the beginning of his period for the Jews and then for Christians.
Yeah. But in your religion you have few prophets as well.
For Islam it's just only one prophet, Muhammad. You know why they named the city of Petra, Valley of Moses?
Yeah.
They name it because Prophet Moses passed by this area.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. The time he was in Egypt, in the desert of Sinai, and he left with his people to the Holy Land, Jerusalem.
Yeah.
He passed by, Petra.
They went all the way.
Yeah, on the way he passed by Petra. This is why the people, they love to name it, and they name it, after Prophet Moses, the Valley of Moses, because, the city of Petra, it's a low area. So they name it the Valley of Moses because he passed by this area, by the valley,
I see.
on the way to Holy Land, Jerusalem. That's how it got its name. be all the way down to the hill to the visitor center.
Where do you say this is for sport view?
Where?
Sport view, you said where
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
it's
do.
on the way.
It's on the way.
Yeah, it's in the way, but inside the city. Yeah. Now, when we get inside the city, I will stop for you and show you. You know, some people they like to have some photos for the part of the city. It's very nice view. Have photo now. This is the entrance now for the city.
Oh yeah, lovely. Very pretty.
This is the city of Wadi Musa.
Wadi Musa, yeah.
Wadi Musa, Valley of Moses.
And yeah, probably see the hotels. They're very expensive hotels here.
We have cheap and we have expensive. Yeah, we have starting from 2-star hotels all the way up to 5-star hotels.
All hotels which Expedia offers, they're all very expensive.
Which one?
I don't know, I don't remember names. Just was few of them. So I decided to stay in Amman.
I see. The writing, this is welcoming of Petra visitors on the mountain. This is one of the. This is classified 4-star hotel. Abbad hotel. And now we have our stop. You can have photos. I can have a quick smoke.
Okay.
Okay, here we are. People used to live their homes, by
All
gathering small rocks together. This is how they used to build, not the typical cement blocks we use nowadays, They used to gather all stones together and put some kind of material very close to cement, and they have it all together and they build their homes. This is the old-fashioned way for building homes.
Where is the old Petra? Behind them?
Now it's a resort and hotel area, this one. And inside down there, all the way down in the valley, between the rosy buildings, this is where the visitor center is. It's all the way down in the valley, at the end of the city. And that's all the mountains of Petra. It's very, very big, huge area.
Это ничего
In the downtown area for the locals,
This is already class like Petra, yeah?
It's not very big population, the city. It's about 50, 60, 100 people. Hello. 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 see the mountains. You can see the big buses all the way in the back. This is, buses for big groups. That's a parking area for the big buses, like this one here. These buses usually come with a tourist policeman and, one of the Jordanian local guides. Always come together with a big group, whatever nationality is. Whatever nationality they speak, they have, their mother language speaking guide, Spanish, they have
For every
Spanish
country.
speaking guide. French, they have French speaking guide. English, they have English speaking guide. Most of the,
Not all of them. What
popular
else they found?
languages.
They would find Ukrainian, for example, or
No.
Swedish.
Ukrainian, Swedish, no. Mostly, we have Russian. But we have some people, some drivers. They used to live in Ukraine and these cities, and they speak Ukrainian, But as local guides, no. We don't
But
have.
all Ukrainian can speak Russian, so it's no need to.
This is the most popular, the Russian language.
And also Bulgarians, some Polish, they also speak Russian.
Yeah. That's the visitor center, the building, the white building in front of us. Now, if you stop photos because of the police. في روسيا عندكم؟
لا اليوم ندلة ولا في واحد قام
لا عليه
مضربين
ولا واحد تحت حق ابو رعد؟
ما
ابو رعد داوم بالمكتب؟
يقول اصبحنا
اخبار رؤيا وقال ان الوضع
يعني زي في بعض الناس ما عندهم المشكلة رمضان قرب بكره مش معين ساعة
طيب خليك اشوف الوضع كيف. سفيان هو موجود تحت؟
سكر وروح
بالله عليك.
انت شوف اقطع التيكت وهذا واذا اعطوك اعطوك ما اعطوك هنا قبل التيكت ترجع.
طيب خلاص ماشي خلاص. خلاص انا بجيب لها البروشورات في
روسي في ترى روسي ما
هي بتقول انا افضل يعني اذا في روسي موجود.
هذا في روسي كمان اعطوك ما اعطوك هنا عند البيع هون ترى.
ماشي يلا على خير ان شاء الله.
Кажется, они там не русского кидаешь.
اليوم ما جاء دوار كبير.
ما جروبات اليوم.
انا شايف الباصات على فوق عجب.
I'm in Petra now. Sit in Petra. It's been a mess.
Those are the horses told us. 3 kilometers from here to see this.
لا
مالك عيال عم الله يلعنك انتوا عيال عمك اللي غربيين مدام you like to ride horse from here down
لا.
Not really.
where you come from
England.
it's including in your ticket the horse ride
Yeah, no.
I take you slowly and I take care of you we go beside the guide and you will enjoy
Can guide film me, please?
yes and he fill you and make film
Yeah, you can. We will do some later. Okay, this is the end of the horse ride.
عليه احرام. الاحرام الحمراء والفرشه الحمراء. شفت الاول معك على حصان عيال بالزوج. هذا منو؟ هذيك لي. لا ما يلك. احلف يمين، احلف يمين، وقف، احلف يمين. انا اللي ماخذها من عند ضرار. ضرار انا اللي ماخذها من عند وحده. لا اسمع انا بعرفها من مليون فرش. ايه؟ بعرفها من مليون فرش. اصلا لي.
Okay, Petra, how's the ride?
والله لي.
The ride. Still.
ما يسأل
Forgetting your name.
Olivia, Ule. Just call me Ule. Ule. Ule in Russian. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ule.
Thank you. Olia, we are already now in the city of Petra. We are in one of the 7 wonders.
Yeah.
It's very big city, very beautiful city. We are now in the southwest part of Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
All what we are going to see today is
You said 2,000 years old, yeah?
yeah.
Mm.
Now we are going to walk at the beginning of the Seek. This is the Seek, 1,216 meters canyon. The end of the canyon will be the treasury, the famous monument.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, I would like to talk about the history of the city of Petra. A few minutes.
Yes, please, yeah.
Can we go a little in front?
Yeah? Oh, this is magnificent.
Yeah, this is the beginning of the canyon. It's not man-made, in fact. This is made by earthquake 183,000 years ago. And it was not more than 90 centimeters at the beginning.
Oh my God, change battery.
No battery? You have...
It's okay, I have another camera, yeah. Yeah, you may just carry on, I just change my battery very quickly.
Right. Remember, it's the same way to go back.
But there's only one way, yes, there's no way to... Yeah.
One of the main World Heritage sites, and it's the largest historical site on the earth. And one site consists of many thousands of monuments and caves and carvings. Actually, 264 square kilometers, the boundary of the city of Petra, 53 mountains, more than 20,000 caves, and 882 carvings facades. 25,000 people used to live in the city. So it's a very big city. And all what I've been talking about, that's just shown us 30% from the city of Petra. 70% still not discovered yet. When I say sometime we need 20 days to see the site, I mean that to see the 30%. So it's a very big city. It's very soft. The type of the mountains, it's soft.
Because it's sand, yeah?
Therefore the erosion changed a lot. Petra, it's an old Greek name, means stone, rock, like when you say Peter. One of the names is the Red Rose City, because they're very beautiful color. Actually, the city of that was, as we've been told in the university, 6 million years ago, it was under a small lake. It's just composed on sedimentary between minerals and the sand. Iron is red, magnesium is blue, sulfur is yellow, green is copper, etc.
What is this? Something nice here. What is it?
This is an idol. This is man-made. This is one of the idols. This is Dusha al-Uzza, the god of their mouth, beauty and the love. But the frame
Beauty and the love.
also is not seen very well. And here we can see one of the original Nabatean.
Your frame here. It's magnificent. It's only one road, you said, yeah?
Well, actually, this is the only entrance, but in 1990, the government of Jordan opened another road, not for the tourists, it's for the emergency, for the ambulance, for the staff, because inside there is a business, souvenirs, cafe, restaurant. They need, of course, to bring stuff inside and to go outside. It's not for the tourists. Like in 1990, they were taken to a small housing area. We might see that later from inside.
Where did they live? Inside of this caves?
They used to live in the caves before. Now, no.
This is magnificent.
It's very accessible to reach everywhere in the city of Petra.
See. Hmm.
You know the monastery from here about 6 kilometers to go to the monastery from here one way. The last 2 kilometers is climbing 800 stairs.
Yeah, you can take donkey.
I take donkey here.
What monastery is this? Is this Greek monastery?
No,
Roman?
actually, monastery basically it's an Nabatean building, Nabatean carving, which is in this brochure. It's here. I can show you the photo. This is the monastery. It's very similar to the Trojan, but a little bit bigger with less design, less decoration. Basically, it's
This is unbelievable.
Egyptian pyramids not anymore. I'm wondering what to say later. The fact of the site. We are still in the entrance, and of course, along the way there is some idols. It's all gods.
Where's the idols? Yeah, this is a camel. This was left of camel. 4 camels. So how big it was? It was up to there. This is his body, yeah?
Yeah. A camel and someone holding camels. And actually, there's 2 camels.
I'm very impressed. By the way, really wonderful. Yeah.
Say something.
You can take a picture of me. What is this group? English? American?
Yeah, they are mixed actually. They came from Israel. Yeah, but they are giving them an English-speaking guide.
Israel language and Arabic, they are different? You don't understand each other?
Not really. It's different. Totally different in writing and in the spelling. But some
Yeah, sorry, what is this? You said channel?
It's a water channel
Water channel?
for the irrigation.
How do they use it? How do they do it?
They make it, carving. This is carving, and
Yeah,
that's
but
the
where
big
they
site.
took the source of water? Is a spring here somewhere?
From the Musa's spring. A spring still in use in the new city. Even now it's still in use.
It's very impressive. Oh, this looks like something man-like, no? Something...
It's just the formation.
Formation, natural. There's no more caves? Don't see any caves? Where they are?
We are still in the entrance. Yes, there will be many caves up ahead. He's still in the entrance.
Still entrance?
But I would like to see many other things in the city, but I would like to talk about dates.
Smells magnificent. Are you allowed to climb here? You allowed to climb here?
No, they are local kids, but inside I will show you where is the white stairs to climb.
I don't really like climbing and so on. I will climb to monastery. Also,
Monastery, the climbing will be 2 kilometers, consists 811
I know.
stairs.
I still
I
think
think you are ready to do that.
I don't know. I still think I'm young.
You are young.
Well, when I
it's
was
possible
young, I
fun.
will
If you have the
spend.
time, it's okay. You can
Yeah.
Think
do
about
it.
later. You want a donkey later? Take
Yeah,
you to
later,
the
later,
monastery.
later.
My name, Madam. My name's why not?
Why? كم واحد؟
Okay, calm down.
Madam.
استنى انتوا
Calm
كم واحد؟
down, calm down.
بالنص.
هي لو بدأ لا ما بديش شيء انا. لو بدأ تركب حمار وش ترى حبيبي؟
Look, Madam. My name's what? Madam. My
There's
name.
three of you.
Just
لا.
ignore them now.
Okay, my name's why not?
How much the donkey ride?
To the monastery, from the church to the monastery and back.
Yeah, how much is it?
Like 30.
Search your own way there.
How much you pay? 20, Madam. 20.
It cost about 5. I know
What?
the price. It cost about 5.
معلم هذا بغطي
أنا سألت
انا بلقيت حد
النص
ايوه
سنوي. Yeah, فوق.
Excuse me, can you leave us please?
Okay, please.
Stairs anyway. I know. I would pay up to 10. I just give me a little bit annoyed.
You will meet a lot of tourists. They will be in everywhere. Just go to the
Price for donkey rides. What else do we have? That's what I was told by driver. Yeah.
No, more than
Between 5 and 10.
الشغلة اخذنا عليها كل
area. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
الو انا ناصر في الفترة بروح بعد العصر
My name's Abdullah. May I take you?
Romans. By the way,
Yeah, it just looks like Romans. Yeah.
okay, the name of this monument treasure it's a new name, not old name, because the local Bedouins in the last century they thought there is money in the very top in the middle,
Yes.
right? I mean, like here, okay, and that was a target for their weapons. They tried to get down the gold and the treasures, but in the end they realized nothing really there, and they stopped using that way. That's the story behind the name. It was not a bank, not to store anything at all. It was the Nabatean royal reception room, and it was a Nabatean temple, and then a funeral hall during the Nabateans, and it was a Roman temple and a Christian church. That's all what we know. This monument is not the biggest monument in the city of Petra. Monastery is the biggest one when we talk about the size. We are now standing 7 meters above the original Nabatean level. It's not excavated yet. There is many things down. All the walk ahead, we will be walking above the original Nabatean level.
It's amazing. Please tell again. I know you told me. I forgot. How old is the building?
This is 2,000 years old.
2000.
Yes. Yeah, it's 2,000 years.
You
We
think
are
you
not
can do?
allowed to go to inside. Yes, you
Can you do
think.
my picture? Yeah. Taxi. Taxi. Taxi back to the monastery. Actually, monastery will have donkeys going, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here, there's no horses, no camels, but
No, there is
donkeys.
camels. But the stairs, only donkeys can do it.
You know what you can say to this boy to get rid of us? You tell him, if he will follow us, I will not go with him. Tell him. Isn't he also-
That's not bad. I don't want him just to keep talking to you.
Yeah, please continue.
him a promise, and
I
he
didn't give
doesn't
him a
want to give
promise.
you for any other one.
I didn't give him a promise. I said to you I don't promise anything.
Now, we have arrived to the beginning of the city center, or I would love to say downtown, or maybe Manhattan of Petra. Maybe people can imagine how crowded and busy it was at that time. Look here, we can see 3 units. Each one was a cave. It was used as a house and in tombs. The Nabateans people, they were believed to rise after death. Yeah. But even now, as we know, there is rich class, there is rich class, middle class, poor class. In that time, was the same. This is a house for a rich family and become their own tomb later on. Soon I'm gonna show you a typical example for the houses for the people from the middle class. But let me say, wherever we go in Petra, from here, these kind of carvings, it will be standing beside each other all over the city of Petra. And look, that's the west direction. We can see the hills. Maybe no tourists at the moment, but any step you do, the view will be different. By the way, the last mountain, if you insist to go to Misri, that means you are going to climb that mountain. The Misri is on the other side. Let's go. And of course, let us have a very quick look for a cave from inside, or from outside that the corner. Excavated here, it's a bit smelly. But this is a regular form of a house for one of the families from the ancient time. And you can see 3 small tombs. Now, the room level is the door level. It should be about a few meters down. And if you have a chance, for example, to see more caves from inside, there will be more than 3 or 4 or 5 tombs. Usually they were huge families. The last thing I want to say, the temperature, always 18 centigrade inside. And of course, we still see the colors. The black color that you can find inside any cave or any place from inside, it's not natural color, it's from the Bedouin fire, from the Bedouin cooking in the past. Okay, that's it.
That was nice.
Thousands of the animals, but you can't imagine, soon you will imagine or realize how huge is the city. They used to live farther than it.
I see.
Now we walk along this valley where we can see all these trees and caves everywhere, but remember we are above. I just tried to buy any souvenirs.
Yeah, I'll do it when the weather. I want to do it now.
No, at least I can give you explanation if you want.
Ah, okay.
Actually, something important, something that what the tourist they can buy from the silk, which is made by the local women, those who are divorced and poor women who live today. They are Bedouin women, and this corner is to sell their things on the table inside. You can take a look.
So this is not fake, this is all real, yeah?
It's not, I don't mean it's old. For example, it's probably what we use. It doesn't mean it's 2,000 years old. But my focus is this place, even what you can find inside, it's belonged to the poor community from these women. And you can see inside something made by their hands. Yeah. Therefore, usually when I feel someone is gonna buy from my tourist, I pay his attention to buy from this place because every penny, every tails go to the right place.
You're right, yeah.
So let us take a look inside.
Yeah, but first is this, can you please tell me a little bit about these eggs? What they are?
It's eggs, but the secret is not the eggs itself. It's the material itself. It's the stone. It's marbles.
Marbles.
Yes, some marbles, some lapis lazulis. It's a generous stones we say, but formed as eggs.
And how much? What is this one? Is this one?
Turquoise. This 20 Jordan dinars. This is a turquoise stone. The original turquoise stone.
He has this dagger here. My son loved daggers.
This is a silver knife. It's
Silver.
It's made by the Funeral Foundation with a gazelle horn.
Silver must be very. How much is that?
This is 150.
Oh yeah.
But look at it.
Yeah,
You don't
sorry.
have to buy.
This is-
It's not sharp.
I like
you could
better.
make it sharp.
Can afford it.
This is
You can make it a discount because business is bad, no much tourists. And this is the only one we have.
I don't think you'll make discount affordable for me.
Don't worry, you could see it. Something, it's good souvenir because this
It's
is
my
original.
son. It's my son. Oh, he'll
This
be
is the best
delighted by
gift
this.
if you want to buy for your son.
But no,
And this is you
100
could
is...
polish it, you know, if because this it's made of silver, and you could see.
No, this is not something. I can't afford more than 30 anyway, so I don't think you'll give me it for 30 soon.
I
Yeah,
have
so
something like
yeah, I
this.
like it. Yeah.
This
want it?
one.
Later. So how much is them? How much if
I
you
have
get?
something like this is cheaper.
If you like to buy now because they changed the shift.
Really?
Then, I'm with you. I can help you. On the way back will be different shift maybe.
This is the normal knife.
Norman?
Yeah, it's normal knife.
About 35 minutes. Right there, it's the Nabatean Theatre, one of two theatres in the city of Petra. Some of the caves for the poor people. And if you look at this side, we can see it will be the beginning with that group going, the beginning of the royal class. We can see that from the other side. Sometimes when the tourist doesn't want to go to the monastery, it's one of the recommendations to go there. A good view can be seen from the top.
A monastery you have to go this way.
No, monastery still behind.
Where are they going then?
Those are going to the high place of sacrifice.
We'll climb a little bit.
People used to live in such a place like this village. But beside what we can see in the city, the caves, also there was a things called castle. Even here we are walking a few meters above.
You can just wait till people go in there.
My colleague is going to stop, I believe, in front of the theatre, so we can go ahead.
Oh, okay.
By the way, this is another theatre. Of course, even the theatre is carved. That's the magic, the amaze of the city of Petra.
Hold on. Drinker. Hold on, sorry. Sorry about Petra, yeah? 2,000 years old, yeah?
And 4,000 people were using at that time. It was for the meeting conditions like politics, trading, sacrificing. By the way, now in the both side, we should see very beautiful carvings, but it's badly destroyed because the erosion on this side.
Where can we see it?
We can't see any more. I mean, here and in that side, along the street, there was good carvings, but it's not exist anymore.
Yeah. How often earthquake happen here?
Not often, not at all now, but in the past there was a lot. The last district what was 800 years ago.
800 years ago.
Yeah, there was beautiful carving.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was beautiful carving destroyed.
It looked like handmade.
Yeah.
It's all nature.
for drain, water drain. Keep going. I want to take you to what you can see now in the right side ahead. You just keep going a bit. Mind where you step.
So we're now inside the city.
We are in the city. We are in the heart of the city.
No, I'm scared of them. I'm just scared of them. Once more. They can spit on you as well. It's not very nice.
And the people live there, neighbors too. Now we can see over there, look. Now that's part of the royal tomb, royal plaque, all over that place.
They're gorgeous.
But it's not finished yet. Anyway, we should see two double lines of cars and shops, but it's all destroyed.
Listen, I know this is such a lovely view. Please, by both cameras here. Such a lovely view. I'm sorry about this. Can you tell me a little bit more about this temple?
Years old, but it's still in progress. They are still excavating here to show the landmark.
Did you know whom it's been dedicated?
By Brown University.
No, I mean what goddess or god it was dedicated.
The great Indians of the old gods of the Egyptians. For every time, every city, it's
Greek,
a general
yeah.
temple. Therefore, we call it the Great Temple.
Greek temple. So yes, also still excavating.
And we came to the end of the Cornell Street. This is the Hadrianus Gate, Adrian Gate. But it's not complete. We are missing.
Where did you learn all this story?
In the university.
You went to university? Historical? It's only around the Petra, all over the Jordan you go?
All over Jordan, all over the history of the Middle East, including Palestine, Israel, and Syria, and Egypt.
It's very interesting.
Those are Americans, Marines.
Oh yeah, there's something with big pictures.
Maybe from the front you can see.
Dedicated to God of the mountain, right? And how old? 2,000 years old, eh?
Yeah.
This one.
You go to the Crown Plaza and you cross the Crown Plaza and you walk 100 meters behind the restaurant and then you will find the stairs. If you want to go there, you can use one of the donkeys. So this is where I will leave you. But always it's the same way to go back. If you go after the military or not, wherever you go, it will be the same way to go back. It will be taken 1 hour from here to go back.
If I go by feet, how long it take me to
It
go
will
to
be 1
Moscow?
hour to be at that.
Just filming it.
محمد بالحليب الحكاينه هسه محمد والعند الفوق كله هسه لا غنم الحبه هذه فيها طيب هلا هلا محمد كل كلمه حد يقول لك حط لك انا مسكينها
Ну вот я в горах. Кошмар на этой донке подниматься. Это был вообще, я думал, последний день моей жизни. Я так боялась, что он вытрясется. Так, ладно, обратно пойду пешком. Так, ну вот, на горе. Арарат растет, крупный виноград. Так, пойду сейчас в монастырь какой-то древний. Не, не, спасибо. А монастырь, да, что-то? Да, 5 минут. Угу, спасибо. Наверное, сегодня не только русские сумасшедшие сюда так высоко лазят. Другим национальностям, наверное, не полезно. Господи. Ох, да уж. Ну, долгожданный монастырь, которому 2000 лет. Кошмар. Подниматься в эти горы. Нет, я уже не такая молодая. Мне уже тяжело. Что раньше было ничто, теперь тяжело. Это больше похоже. Но он, собственно, сказал, что его использовали уже позже, как христианский монастырь. А сначала это было какое-то римское строение. Такое же, как мы видели там внизу. Так. Солнце сильно, обгорать не хочется. Хотя, может, я не обгорю. Ух ты, что там такое происходит, а? Что там за клубы дыма? Ну вот, Arabic Hospitality. Они здесь дождя, интересно, не бывает, что ли? Или они диванчики уносят? Вот такая здесь красота. Какие там ремонтные работы у них идут. Сижу, пью чай мятный. Ну как точно. Значит, построено это было 2000 до Рождества Христова. Нет, не 2000, извиняюсь. 200 лет до Рождества Христова. И кончили лет после Рождества Христова, то есть 400 лет на стыке двух эр. Вот так вот он выглядел. Вот так. Так, ну что, еще дальше пройти? Что-то я уже устала. Oh, there's a water spring. Panorama view. Water spring. Little further, but from this view you see all the places. So, Гранд Каньон view они назвали бы. Гранд Каньон. Ну ладно, посмотрим, что там за Гранд Каньон. Я больше не в состоянии никуда идти. Так, вот это на панорамик view. This seems very beautiful coming up here. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Well, it feels to go here. It really was. There's a high point. Sometimes I forget how old I am. In the places like that. Just beautiful. Вон там, вот тут ущелье. Ущелье. Again, eh? Could I ask you again to make picture? Yeah? I'll do you as well. It's so beautiful here. Just can't stay. Just a view. If you want picture, I can do it for you. Вот, я иду вниз. Дети тут достали попрошайничают. Ну, их с детства приучают попрошайничать. И самое главное, что им отказать очень трудно, с дети. Хотя меня предупреждали, здесь будет. Не знаю. Yeah. Okay.
If you like after the steps,
No, I'm alright. I would like to walk.
enjoy walk.
Thank
Can
you.
I walk with you?
No, it's okay.
I like your pencil.
Well, it's okay. I would rather be on my own, to be honest with you. Nice.
Let's go.
Thank you. Is it?
Yeah.
No, it says horse included in the ticket.
Also the donkey.
I already use it.
Huh?
I already use it.
After the steps, huh?
No, thank you. Honestly, I really would like to just walk alone myself and filming. I speak with camera. Thank you very much.
Because camera, I like you.
Huh?
I like you.
Oh, I'm a little bit too old for you.
Huh?
I'm too old for you.
How old are you?
Old.
How old?
What do you think?
What do I think? You're 27.
Okay. 27. Yeah, thank you for compliment. 20, plus 20 years nearly.
What?
Nearly plus 20 years, yeah.
Age not important.
Yeah. Okay, thank you anyway for your help, yeah. I really would like to. Yeah, you go. Yes.
I work this out.
No, I'm okay,
Thank
thank
you
you.
for free.
Thank you.
You didn't say anything.
No, no. I'm fine. Так, вот сверху вниз, вниз, вниз. Такая тут красота. Веселее. No, thank you. We have no time, sorry. No, no, it's alright, yeah, I really have. Thank you, but I'm already late for my car. Have a nice time. That's fine, yeah. Ух. Вот сейчас начинается красота. Своя жизнь. Ох, какой маленький.
Lady, I'm waiting for your promise. When you want
My
to take
promise?
my brother in the donkey.
Yeah.
You say it for me later.
Well, I said I come later, yes. Yes, I am. I'll come later.
Take a look. One dinner.
No, I don't want anything. Have you got a tea?
Yeah.
Are you doing a tea?
Yeah.
Well, how much is your tea? This one. Так вот зашла я в одну из этих нар, пещер. Это чье-то жилище было. Вот так вот они тут жили. Это, надо понимать, постель. И, возможно, у них тут кто-то захоронен. Ой, санем воняет. Ладно, с меня хватит одной пещеры. Вот это была вот эта пещера. Там еще несколько. Но нет, лазить мне по ним уже нет сил. Да и пора уже. О, эти мухи достали. Глаза летят, эти очки опять от них. Ух ты, вон какой каньон тоже еще. Еще что-то. большая пещера. О, какая. О, какие виды. О, какие виды. Это животное какое-то. Может, это тоже верблюд здесь был? Все природное, все натуральное. Туда как попасть в эту пещеру? Туда кто-то как-то попадал. Надо по этим камням прыгать. Нет уж, спасибо. Там даже какой-то рисунок, что ли. Что это там интересно такое? Фу, мухи достали. Розовые всякие. А, красота какая. Ну вот. Розовый город. Еще одна группа. О, какие. Вот еще какая. Ух ты, какая. Ну до этой можно доползти, я думаю. Посмотри, что внутри. А здесь ничего внутри. Может, росписи какие-то? Да нет. Все природное, все натуральное. Вот так природа позаботилась о людях, о своих. А мы все не ценим, все уничтожаем. Ух ты, какие. Ой, это мухи достали. Ух. Здесь прям сплошные пещеры. А сюда даже машина приехала. А вот как. Кому-то там тяжело идти было. Какой-то там бедуин. Носил маслика стуч, который мне 27 лет дал. А может не он. Кто его знает. But I'm okay. I would rather walk around the film thing. Yeah, thank you.
Barbecue tonight in the cave.
Ah?
In the cave. We sleep in the cave here.
Me? Oh yeah, thank you. Car is waiting for me.
Me.
Ah, you are?
Yeah,
Oh,
my family here.
who are you?
Me is Sean.
Ah,
We fucked the devil of the night.
ah. Знаете, назад иду. К основному городу уже почти подошла. Не знаю, может быть, не стоит здесь лошадку взять. Если бы они были бы на этих, на колесах, я бы, может быть, поехала бы. Так не хочу. И денег у меня неразменных нету. Очень много.
Move in the front.
You going to sit down? Oh, just a moment, please. Just a moment. Let me. From front. Can you go in front?
The donkey.
Yeah. How to make him go straight?
Yeah, straight, he knows the way.
Like this?
Move your legs.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's enough again. No, I'm useless. There's a beautiful place here. I wish I spent more time here. One day is not enough.
Well, not enough. There tourists come like for 3-4 days.
I wanted to come to Petra rather than Amman, but when I looked prices, they were so expensive.
If you come to our village, I take you for free. Yeah, there are other
But I
ways.
don't think you will pay for the plane.
Yeah.
It is expensive.
No, from our village, there are other gates for us, you know.
Yeah, now let's go back to hotel. Faster. To go. Huh? That's actually an experience for me. I'm not scared anymore.
Yeah.
I was very terrified before I actually even came with them. They're harmless animals. They're not harm people, can they?
Huh?
They're harmless animals.
Yeah, homeless animal. I'm a homeless driver.
It depends what driver. It's there already, yeah? It will never come in. Can you go faster, please? Oh, no, not too fast, not too fast. I only have one left hand. Just a bit faster. You are pirate of Caribbean. The business not very good now. Because people terrified, you know, with all these things with Syria.
Yeah.
All cruises. We used to have cruises here. They're all cancelled now.
Low season.
Low season and also all cruises. We have a lot of cruises there. From UK to Jordan, all cancelled. Egypt, Jordan, all.
But
My husband didn't want me to go. He said, you must be crazy. I said, this is absolutely safe. I knew it was, yeah. Is this right way? Are we even?
Yeah, right way.
Are we even?
Same way. Move in the front.
Oh, okay. Так вот. Сегодня следующий день, 17-е. Сегодня мы едем в Петру. So, we're now on the new town of Petra. Old Petra behind this mountain, yeah?
Yeah, it's all these mountains.
So what did you say about this mosque? This golden mosque?
Yeah, this is with the gold dome. And have small 3 domes, you know, around the big one.
I see.
Yeah, and it's all, you know, goldish color, you know. Usually typical domes, they are green or blue.
We didn't pass it yet. We'll pass it.
Yeah, we passed, you know, by it, yeah.
I see.
But, you know, I'm telling you about, you know, this mosque. But this one, you know, the one who built, he liked, you know, this dome to, you know, have the goldish color. Yeah.
And
so,
how old is this mosque?
It's a new one.
New one, yeah.
Yeah,
very
not
new
very
one,
old,
yeah. Okay. But this is now the tourist place. Tourist, yeah. So how can you, if you want some privacy, can't you lock the door? Have you got your own room?
Yeah. These are rooms, but when you go from the room to the restaurant or to the reception, you go by club cars. Small club cars, you know? Yeah, or you can go on foot. Or go to the swimming pool, you know, it's all outside, you know, in the open.
Вот это мечеть, которая была видна оттуда, с золотым куполом. Это новая. Так, ну вот я и Петра. И 2000 лет образовался этот старинный город после землетрясения. Мой гайд. Sorry, you said what can you please tell again? When was the earthquake which formed the city?
It formed this one 183,000 years ago. At that time it was not like this, it was not more than 100 centimeters.
Ah, I see.
And become like this by the rains and the erosion along that time. This is the only entrance to the city of Petra. Of course, few years ago the canyon was not like this. I mean, we used to walk above 2 meters roughly because it was full of sand, stone, rubber, you know, excavated by Jordanian Swiss team, and they clean and they washed up everything in this canyon that exists inside. This is a new cement road we are doing. Also in this place we can see 2 water channels. One in the left-hand side is man-made, it's 2,000 years old. It was done by the Nabateans, the people who made Petra. Soon I will talk about them. This is 10 kilometers. It was for the drink. It was for the drink. And in the right side we should see another pipes of water. It was for the irrigation. Of course, also in that time there was Sinai. The language of the people who made Petra, Aramaic language. Therefore, most of the information we found it was in the Aramaic, one of the main languages. And the religion of the Nabateans, it was the paganism. I mean, there was no Islam or Christianity or Jews.
Pagans.
Pagans, yes. They had more than 400 gods. Anything related to the nature of the Nabateans, they created a god for that. For example, they had a god for the sun, one for the stars, one for the moon, one for the mountains, etc. They used to sacrifice animals for their gods. Of course, most of the rich families and the tribes, they had their own was cut for fun. The message here to tell the traders, this is the right way to go. Because Petra was the main meeting area for the caravans who used to come from Asia, from Africa, from Europe.
Can I do my pictures here, please? Yeah? So, this is a camel, yeah?
Yeah.
You should go to school and learn manners.
No, it's holiday now. It's a holiday now. This is the treasury. It's a Nabatean made. It's 2,000 years old, done by the Nabateans during the king number 20. During the king number 4. 16 years has been taken to be carved, and the technical carving where it was from the top. They collected terraces like heap, sand, and many things, and they go to the top. They were using 3 kind of tools: bronze, copper, and iron. Whenever they reach any level down, they used to take off the sand away. It has been.
Вот караван идет. Настоящий караван Петры. My guide. Конечно, magnificent. Что говорить? А вон еще какие-то там монументы. Still can see me?
Later, if you have a time, you can go out there. But nothing inside to see. That was the Nabatean royal palace, yes. The Nabatean royal palace.
It's a better view from here, yeah?
Wait for more.
And this is behind there, it's already the end, yeah? Or there's a city over this mountain as well, no?
Actually, all the mountains we can see from here is still part of the city of Petra, and it's still full of carvings and caves, and the mostly is over that mountain. But now we are at the beginning of about 12 square kilometers, the white roof right there.
Yeah?
Yeah. The white roof, it's the mosaic. It has been recently excavated. It's Byzantine mosaic.
Can we still hear this? See this? If we go there, we'll see mosaic?
You can if you like, yeah. The lily of the valley.
Lily of the valley, here?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah. All around, you know.
What? Seriously?
Yeah.
On the sand, lily of the valley. It's my favorite flower. But they normally grow in the forest.
No, not only here. You know, it's growing just by the humidity and by the rains, but doesn't live for a long time, maybe like 45 days and then disappear.
I was talking about the same flowers, you know, this tiny little white flowers, common like Like a little bells, yeah?
Yeah.
Huh, can't believe how they grow here on the stones. How they survive? Thank you. Thanks. Oh, look at this. Look how magnificent there. Thank you. Thank you.
Now this is the original part from the Roman, 1,850 years old.
1,800.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes I'm marvelous how they did it all this old time. No, all these tools we have nowadays, yeah. It's just I know Mother Nature did so many for them. But no electric, no nothing.
Nothing, just the electricity and the power and the...
Ну вот, я наверху горы. Поднялась на осле. Дальше пешком здесь надо пройти. Какие-то пещеры. Ну что, вот он, долгожданный монастырь в горах. Ух ты какой. Ух ты, туда сходить нельзя, с песком засыпать. О. Ой, look at this. Ну ради этого стоило сюда подниматься. Какая красота, черная гора. И ослик на фоне этого. Черная гора какая. Ослик маленький. Да. Я все закрыла свою шляпу. Вот он, Гранд Каньонов Петра. Ну это что-то. Впечатляет еще как. Еще как впечатляет. Здесь как раз вьюг такой, что там было лучше. Вон тут какая красота. Это я пешком иду вниз сама. Вон эти вот пещеры. Зайти, что ли, в одну из них? Там, говорят, привидения. Тут можно мертвецов, кости найти. Даже страшновато. Вот заходила вовнутрь этой пещеры, на другой камере засняла. Вот почему называют розовый город. Вон какие красивые краски. Все это природа, матушка природа. Вон у той семье я попила чаю. Имя дала 10, ну считай 10 фунтов. Жалко мне ее, она с грудным ребенком там. Я понимаю, что, конечно, опасно. То, что они детей с детства попрошайничать учат. Не знаю, не мне их судить. Наверное, конечно. Может быть, я делала то же самое, то еще и хуже. Ну да, они бывают очень надоедливые. Самое главное, им очень трудно отказать. Когда мне жалко кого-то, я сама дам. Говорю, последний отдашь, но так как они надоедают. Вот красота какая. Ну все, осталось позади монастырь. Я уже иду домой. Опаздываю, конечно, в машине. Час 5:15 или 5:20, 5:15. Конечно, за 15 минут я не дойду. Если бы тут лошадь была на колесиках, экипаж, я бы еще подумала. Но ее, кажется, здесь нету.